Lima, welcome back.
Thank you, Mark.
So you've become an expert on how to help people. You did such a great job with Amanda. You've also helped some other people. You're trying to help your sisters who are in a similar situation that Amanda was in, kind of.
This post is from February 2021 on the Meet Aura Instagram page, and it says that Lima built Aura technology to, quote, help her sisters, Dahlia and Dia, manage their mental health. And then it says they are going to be using Aura starting next month. So according to Aura's Instagram account, the twins were set to start using Aura in March 2021. 6 months later, September 2021, Lima posts on her own Instagram account that one of her sisters was missing but had been found. Now, I don't know which one of the sisters this is. See, she just said my sister, so I don't know if this is Dahlia or Dia. But why don't y'all take a look here at these hashtags? Now, some of these, I don't even know if I can actually read them or show them on YouTube. Like, I don't know, we're going to have to see. But in particular, this is Lima's Instagram post, and it says, hashtag help me, hashtag trafficking, hashtag human trafficking. I mean, I don't know. So that was September. Now we move forward to December 2021, 3 months later, and about 10 months after the twins started using the Aura tech, aka after Lima has started, quote, helping her sisters, and yet again we got another missing person report being filed.
Desperate search is underway for a woman who went missing in West Hollywood. Dahlia Taqali was last seen yesterday around 5 p.m. on North Genesee Avenue near Santa Monica Boulevard. She's 30 years old, and the Sheriff's Department says she is developmentally disabled. They think she could be heading to the area of Sunset Boulevard and Carson Avenue. Taqali's family is very concerned for her well-being and is asking for your help. If you see her, you're asked to call the LA County Sheriff's Department.
You've also helped some other people. You're trying to help your sisters who are in a similar situation that Amanda was in, kind of.
My sisters were the poster children for the perfect child. They were identical twins. They were athletes. They had straight A's. They had no recollection of the trauma. And then roughly within their mid-20s, they began to hear voices. Hesitant to give out. They didn't come to my mom or myself. They kept it a secret, but they did do the right thing and they sought professional help. Hesitant to give out. And so the doctors, of course, had absolutely no tools to treat them. They're mental health therapists. Hesitant to give out. And once they started to seek treatment is when it all went downhill from there. So they began, at the beginning, they were prescribed antipsychotics. Hesitant to give out. Misdiagnosed for about 3 years. They were told that they were schizophrenic, which is not the case. Hesitant to give out, but since her medical information's been shared all over the internet, which is unfortunate, it's public information now.
The contradiction here, if it hasn't become obvious by now, is that Lima likes to talk about how people are spreading around Amanda's information and how unfortunate that is. But Lima herself is the one who spread Amanda's information around, and now, as you're seeing in this video, Lima has told us all kinds of private health information about her sisters. So what's really the truth?
But since her medical information's been shared all over the internet, which is unfortunate, it's public information now.
Now, as far as the twins go, things just get weirder from there. Over the course of my research, I came across not one, but two separate court filings having to do with the twins. Let's get into it. The first one was filed by Dahlia Taqali on August 17th, 2021. She filed for a temporary restraining order against Dia Taqali. Now, just to remind y'all, the twins' names publicly are Dahlia and Dia, not Dima. Dahlia is the twin that was reported missing on the news in December. So Dahlia filed for a restraining order in August 2021, and she went missing in December 2021. So let's take a look together at the restraining order that Dahlia tried to file against Dia Taqali in August 2021. As a gentle reminder, I do not have special access to these documents. Y'all can look these up yourself and you can see them yourself. So for that reason, I have decided not to include the address of the twins here on this video, but just to remind y'all, it is public information. You may be wondering, like I was, who the hell is Dima Taqali? I know there's Dahlia and Dia, who are the twins, and I know there's Lima, who's their sister, and Bam Margera's former conservator, and Amanda Rabb's, whatever she was to her. But who is Dima? And as you can see here, Dahlia has referred to Dima as her identical twin sister. So I don't know if the girl's name is Dia, if it's Dima, if she goes by Dia, if it's a nickname, I really don't know. In the filing, Dahlia describes several instances of alleged abuse against her by Dima, including that Dima had thrown kitchen utensils at her and made a lot of her medical symptoms that she was already having a lot worse. Dahlia also alleges that Dima has been, quote, psychologically abusive, tearing and ripping up her belongings and breaking her personal things. Dahlia goes so far as to say that Dima even physically attacked her. We can gather a lot of information from this particular page of the restraining order. In her filing, Dahlia describes an alleged July 11th incident. She says that Dima cut all the gas cords at the home and cut all the electrical wires. All the screens and windows were broken, and that Dima tried to burn the house down. On this page of the filing, that the people who were present for the incident were herself, Dima, and their mom. Further down on that same page, Dahlia describes Dima's use of alleged weapons, citing fire, gas pipes cut, and frequent fires being made. Dahlia goes on to describe Dima's behavior as leaving her with bruises, being physically attacked by Dima, and that Dima had hid her crutches, threw plates and appliances at Dahlia, and worsened Dahlia's current health conditions. The restraining order form asks Dahlia, did the police or other law enforcement come, to which Dahlia says yes. And y'all know I requested that police incident report, but apparently in the county of LA and maybe the whole state of California, they're pretending like 911 calls, police body camera footage, and police reports are not public record. This is the only place I've ever seen that exist, and if you're a taxpayer in California, you should definitely talk to your local officials about it. So it looks like the temporary restraining order was granted. I'm not 100% sure. I can't exactly tell, but it looks like it was granted. And then they were going to have another court date the next month in September 2021 for them to go in front of a judge, and the judge would decide whether or not to make the restraining order permanent. Well, September 10th, 2021 rolls around, and it's time for Dima and Dahlia to go to court on this restraining order issue. Unfortunately, it looks like no one showed up. As you can see by this minute order, it says the following parties are present for the aforementioned proceeding, no appearances. Then it goes on to say, the matter is not called for hearing out of the presence of the court reporter. There being no appearances, the petitioner's request for the restraining order is discharged, or AKA dismissed. All temporary restraining orders, if any, are dissolved, and then it says case dismissed. I wish I could tell y'all the saga ends there, but it's far from over. Just about 1 week after Dahlia petitioned for a temporary restraining order against Dima, we have Dima in another county, this time Orange County, petitioning the court for what's called a writ of habeas corpus. Now, I'm no habeas corpus expert, so let's read about it from the Cornell Law School Legal Information Institute. According to them, habeas corpus is Latin for that you have the body. In the United States system, federal courts can use the writ of habeas corpus to determine if a state's detention of a prisoner is valid. A writ of habeas corpus is used to bring a prisoner or other detainee, like an institutionalized mental patient, before the court to determine if the person's imprisonment or detention is lawful. A habeas corpus petition proceeds as a civil action against the state agent, usually a warden or maybe a guardian in a conservatorship, who hold the defendant in custody.
In Latin, it means you shall have the body, and originates in the 17th century from United Kingdom, Great Britain, who cares? What it means is you're born with liberty, and if the government locks you up, detains you, takes away your liberty, you have a right to ask the courts for a writ of habeas corpus, which means you need to tell me why I'm locked up, brother. Take me to the court, show me the man. And then the government has to show why you're being locked up. We're not going to talk about the suspensions of habeas corpus. They're never supposed to happen.
Now, what you're looking at here is basically all I've been able to get from the court. I do have a little bit more information, and I'm going to make a full video on this habeas corpus petition. So just for now, I want to give y'all the cursory overview. I also just want to remind y'all that on September 26th, 2021, Lima posted that one of her sisters had run away and had then been found. And in that post, she referred to missing girls, kidnapping, human trafficking, and hashtag help me. So that was all going on at the same exact time as the two different court filings we're looking at today, the temporary restraining order request and the writ of habeas corpus. So let's walk through the timeline of the habeas corpus petition. We have on August 23rd, 2021, the petition for the writ of habeas corpus was filed by Dia Taqali. So that's very weird to me because just 1 week earlier, Dia was being accused by Dahlia of doing all these alleged attacks against her, and Dahlia filed for a temporary restraining order. Now, just 1 week later, we have Dia, the alleged perpetrator from the restraining order, filing for the judge to rule her detention unconstitutional, essentially. Now, this can become very confusing, so I'll try to put it back in a perspective real quick. On August 17th, 2021, Dahlia basically sues Dia for a temporary restraining order. Who's Dia? Not really sure, but she's referred to as Dahlia's identical twin. Then about 1 week later, August 23rd, we have Dia, the alleged perpetrator of all these attacks, filing for a writ of habeas corpus, presumably saying that she's being detained unconstitutionally. And then September 10th rolls around for that temporary restraining order hearing, and Dahlia nor Dia show up to the trial. But in between the time that the temporary restraining order was filed for and that hearing to make the temporary restraining order permanent, all kinds of stuff pops off with this habeas corpus petition. And again, like I said, I'm going to do a whole video on this habeas corpus petition because it's pretty confusing, but let's just walk through what we can see here on the docket to get a sense of what went on in the case. So as I mentioned earlier, Dia filed the writ of habeas corpus on August 23rd, 2021, and by August 26th, the petition for the writ of habeas corpus that was filed had been dismissed. It looks to me, based on the documents that I have seen, which I'm not going to show on this video today, as though Dia was never ever brought before the court. And if you remember what we learned about habeas corpus petitions earlier, they are the thing that people file when they are being detained against their will. Habeas corpus is to have the body or to produce the body. So no one ever actually produced the body to the court as far as I can tell. Now, I did call the Office of the Public Defender in Orange County to try and get more information on this case, and I have never dealt with a more rude, obnoxious, disgusting, vile attitude from another lawyer one-on-one than I did with this man. I was calling them to tell them that I'm trying to possibly investigate something that is very serious because of litigation reasons. I'm not going to say it here, but I believe in my heart that one of those hashtags that Lima put is exactly what's going on. And the guy basically laughed at me. Hopefully, over the course of discovery in the frivolous, meritless lawsuit that Lima has filed against me, I will be able to subpoena these court records, and I think it's going to be pretty easy to do so. Now, coming as a surprise, definitely not to me or you, a lot of the filings in this court case are sealed. And as you can see up at the top of the form, it is classified as a mental health case. Now, what I'm about to say is going to be pure speculation and theory. I do not know if this is true or not, but I can speculate that since this is a mental health case and it has all of these sealed files and that somebody is petitioning to be released from a allegedly unlawful detention, I can speculate that Dia Taqali, as of August of last year, was in some type of court-ordered treatment or a conservatorship or a diversion program or something. But remember, y'all, the girl was just using the ARA technology, according to Lima, back 6 months ago in February. So the outcome for the petition for writ of habeas corpus is that it was dismissed, seemingly without ever even looking at the body, right? Not even looking at Dia. I know this video has probably been pretty confusing, but I really wanted to give y'all the timeline of last year for the twins. I will be making several more videos going into deep detail about all of these issues. But for the purposes of this video, I just want to give y'all a brief reminder of the timeline we learned in the video. So February 2021, we have Lima saying that the twins are going to start using ARA on the Meet ARA Instagram. The next month, they start using ARA. August 17th, Dahlia files for a restraining order against Dia, alleging that she had been assaulted and all this other stuff. August 23rd, about 6 days later, Dia petitions the court for a writ of habeas corpus in Orange County, whereas the TRO was in Los Angeles County. After August 23rd, September 10th rolls around, and it's time for them to go to court for the court to decide in Los Angeles whether or not it is going to grant a permanent restraining order against Dia for Dahlia. Well, no one shows up. Then September 26th rolls around, and Lima posts that she has a missing sister that's been found and uses all these crazy hashtags with human trafficking and hashtag help me. By December 25th, 2 months later, Dahlia, who has somehow run away, is found and it's reported on the news. If y'all had trouble keeping up with this whole timeline, don't even try to think about everything that was also going on with Bam Margera and Amanda Rabb at the same time, because in September 2021 is when the autopsy result for Amanda was finally released, and we all know how that turned out. Nothing in her system but Tylenol, my ass. And then in September 25th, 26th is when Stephen B. Timmer was getting Bam Margera from the Pinellas Don Caesar Hotel. So there's all kind of stuff going on last year for Little Miss Lima, and I promise you, I will get to the bottom of it. Facts ain't defamation. Love you, mean it. Okay, bye.